Welcome back. Today is day 1 of our trigonometry unit. This will be a short introduction to trigonometry. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oh yeah, it's that time again. We have some math problems here and we need you to do them now. Pause the video, complete the problems, and return to the video when you're done. Let's do now. Alright, let's do this. It says find the value of x and y if possible. So again, when you look at these problems, problem number 1, this one that should remind you of something. This is just a 45 45 90 triangle. So remember what happens with the 45? We know the legs are the same, so we know both of the legs are equal to each other, and we know the hypotenuse is found by taking the leg times square root of 2. So this should be a nice little review of what we've done before. So in this problem, if we were to just do a quick little substitution, so there's a leg here, there's a leg here, and these have to be, so y is equal to 4 square root of 2. I'm done with that problem already. We already found out what y was. Not much to do there. Now in the next problem, let's see if we can figure out the next one. Can you figure out the hypotenuse? Well, here's my hypotenuse. There's x. Alright, we got that. And the leg is, you can use either one as a leg, but let's use the 4 square root of 2. And then we're going to have to multiply by square root of 2. Alright, perfect. So that's it. Oops, sorry. Where did I get the 4 from? Let's rewind. Rewind one time, and we're going to multiply by the square root of 2. Alright, so just a little bit of math that we're going to have to do here. Let's finish this problem. So x will equal to 4 square root of 4, which is really, x is just going to be 4 times 2, which is 8. And so this piece must be 8. Not too bad. Now remember, for the 30, 60, 90, we had different formulas. So for the 30, 60, 90, let's see if I can squeeze it in. 30, 60, and 90. We know two formulas. The hypotenuse is 2 times the short leg. And we also know the long leg is equal to radical 3, the square root of 3 times the short leg. And that's it. So if we know what piece we have here, let's label these because that'll make our life a lot easier. So the short leg is always across from the 30-degree angle. So my short leg is right there. So there's a short leg, so we know that piece. That means this must be the long leg, and this must be your hypotenuse. So let's do some quick substitutions, and we should be done with this problem. So let's find the hypotenuse right now. So hypotenuse is equal to 2 times the short leg, which is 4 square root of 2. So h is going to be equal to 8 square root of 2. Game over. Let's try the next one. So the long leg is equal to square root of 3 times the short leg, which we already said was 4 square root of 2. And game over for that problem also. So long leg will be 4, square root of 6. Alright, not too bad. We found the long leg, we found the hypotenuse, and we are good to go with this one. So let's go into what we're learning today. Today we're going to study trigonometry, and it's the branch of mathematics dealing with the relationships of the sides and angles. The key words here are the relationships of sides and angles of triangles, and with the relevant functions of any angles. So basically what we're going to be doing in this chapter is we're going to find some kind of relationship, like think of an x, y, input, output, and where we can know one thing, like maybe we're going to know what the angles are, and that's going to tell us something about the sides of our triangles, okay? So we're just going to plant a little seed for you later on, and we'll jump into that as we go. And it says, as derived from Greek language, trigonometry means measure of triangles. Let's see if we can break that apart. Well, I know tri means 3, gon means sides, so 3 sides is a triangle, so that makes pretty good sense there. So and metry means what? To measure. So basically this is saying the measure of triangles. That's what trigonometry is. Alright, so a little fun fact. Let's go into our problem today. So our problem, we have a little sketch here. So this will help us to label these pictures and go through them. So it says, you know that the hypotenuse of a right triangle is the side that is opposite of the right angle. So we should know that. That should be known already. So we should know that there's a right angle here, and opposite of that, so if I go across from that, that should be your hypotenuse. All right, so that should be my hypotenuse. And so we should know that because we've studied Pythagorean theorem before. We remember a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That should be an easy part. We should know the hypotenuse. But now, the next part, it says, in trigonometry, the legs of the right triangle are often referred to as the opposite and adjacent side. So as we know, we have some key words here that are bold, so those are probably new words. And it just said, the legs of the right triangle are referred to as the opposite and adjacent side. So they're starting to talk about those bold words. Let's see what it says. These references are based on the angle of the triangle that you are considering, which is called the reference angle. So in our problem, this angle that we're focusing on, we call that the reference angle. Reference angle, perfect. And that little symbol there, that's just a theta. Okay, so that's just theta. We'll use that. Instead of x, we'll use theta all the time, so we'll switch them out. But now, let's see what we're going to do with this. So they're based off of this reference angle. The opposite side is the side that is opposite the reference angle. So the side opposite the reference angle. So if we look at this triangle here, and we go from where the reference angle is, and we go across from that, we go to the opposite side, this is what we call the opposite side. Opposite side. Perfect. And then it says the other side, the adjacent side, is the side that is adjacent or next to the reference angle that is not the hypotenuse. So the other side, the one right next to it, that is not the hypotenuse, because there is a hypotenuse next to it, but the one that's not is called the adjacent side. Adjacent side. And that's going to be the key to doing all these problems. So as you go through this lesson, it's going to be important. Like, obviously, we should know where the hypotenuse is. So like in this second triangle over here, I'll just lay it out. So this piece right here is the hypotenuse. And usually when I do that, I just label H. I don't write the whole word, I just go, this is my hypotenuse. And then I use the reference angle. So then I'm going to use the reference angle to tell me which one's my opposite side and my adjacent side. So the opposite side is across over here. And I just label that with the O. And my adjacent side is the other one. And I just label that with the A. Okay, so in your assignment today, that's what you're going to have to be doing. So let's try a problem and see if we can repeat that. So problem number 1 says, practice identifying sides given a reference angle. So let's read this direction. So the reference angle of is angle X. So they are telling you right now in this problem, here's your reference angle. It's angle X. So a lot of times I'll like mark that, or I'll circle like, this is my reference angle. And I could put the little theta in there if I'd like to. And remember, I usually start off with first the hypotenuse. So find the 90, go across from the 90, and there's my hypotenuse. I usually label that with an H. After that, I'll find the opposite side. So I'll go across from the reference angle. There's O. And then the other one next to that one is my adjacent. And we are done. Now I know all my side lengths, the ones I'm looking for. So the opposite side in this problem is 12. That's how long that piece is. The adjacent side is 35. And the hypotenuse is 37. Okay, so let's try one more just to make sure you can do this. And then the rest of them you'll try by yourself. So like I said before, usually first thing I do is find my hypotenuse. There we go. There's my hypotenuse across the 90. Then I'll figure out where my reference angle is, because that's important, because these sides will switch up. So my reference angle is A. That's going to be this angle over here. So this will be the reference angle that I'm looking at. And then from there, I'll just go across. That's my opposite. And my other one is the adjacent one. And there we go. That's how you figure this out. So in this problem, my opposite side would be 40. My adjacent side would be 9. And my hypotenuse would be 41. All right, I hope you enjoy this lesson. Try the next couple ones on your own, and see you back next time.